Welcome to Wrap It Up. My name is Nonkas Molokindi. I am so excited to be back again at the end of another interesting week of so many interesting trending stories nationally and internationally. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like and to share this episode as much as you possibly can and to give your opinions on the stories that you're about to hear in the comment section below. We love to hear from you here at the Wrap It Up team. Do not be afraid to give your opinions and your thoughts and keep the conversation going. So I told you it's going to be another interesting week, and yep, it was. So Raymond Zondo instructed the Constitutional Court to offer, or rather to give a warrant of arrest for 2 years against the former president, Jacob Zuma, for not appearing at the commission when he was summoned to. So the big question now is he really going to be arrested? And are we going to see that day where we see the former president in orange overalls and behind bars? Because when it comes to the former president, it seems to me as if even the Constitutional Court has got nothing on him. So I'm going to bring you an update on that story. But what do you think so far? I mean, this is big for the former president to be issued a warrant of arrest. It's really, really big. So I want to hear what your thoughts are on that story. Another trend was of the ANC Women's League saying that they're going to visit the former president at his KZN homestead to promote unity in the party and in what it calls the highly factionalized ANC. So first it was Julius Malema, then it was Becky Cele that went to the homestead, and now the ANC Women's League. Is it really that reason to promote unity? Can you go all the way to KZN, drive those hours to promote unity? There's more to it. There's more to it, but I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on that story. Another trend was of the matric results being released for the class of 2020, and congratulations to all of you. 76.2% is a very, very great achievement for what the year of 2020 was, given the coronavirus and the academic disturbances that occurred during the year. So congratulations to you, and to you who didn't make it. It's not the end of the world. Remember that failure is also another opportunity to succeed and do better. So do not throw in the towel. Try again. Rewrite your matric. Have that mindset that I'm rewriting it to pass it, and I'm going to make it. It is all in the mind. Trust me. Try what I'm saying, and you're going to make it. Okay, right. Moving right along, we learned of Shepherd Bushiri's daughter and mother-in-law being blocked from entering Kenya at the airport. The daughter was being sent to Kenya for medical attention, and apparently she's in a critical condition. And unfortunately, the office of Prophet Shepherd Bushiri has not given any information as to why his daughter and mother-in-law were blocked from going to Kenya, because it's every citizen's right in any country to receive proper health care. So even to this point, the Prophet was saying that he's been waiting for a report in his office to say why his daughter was blocked from receiving a basic right. So it's another developing story that I'll bring you an update on. And then another trend was the budget speech that was delivered by the Finance Minister, Tito Mboweni. And I was watching closely on the news and on social media. A lot of people were angry about the increase in child support by 10 Rand, as well as the increase in 30 Rand when it comes to pensioners. And they were saying that, but on the other hand, he's donating millions and billions for vaccines. So it doesn't make sense to the rest of the country. That's the rage that I saw on social media. Those were the echoes, mostly about the child support and the pensioners increase, that it was so little, but he's so keen on investing billions into vaccines. But, you know, I thought it's just the same old as every year, but it was a little promising in the sense that he was not only delivering figures, but also execution as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. Let's see how it all unfolds, and I'll bring you an update on that story. Another trend was of Chief Tandisi Wediko of the Baka people in Eastern Cape passing away at an Eastern Cape hospital in East London, actually, after a short illness. He was so young. Oh my goodness, sickness is just something else. And he died suddenly. None of us saw it coming, but nonetheless, he was a great chief, and may his soul rest in peace. Another trend was of the renaming of Port Elizabeth to Gekreha. Yeah, I think I pronounced it right. Gekreha. Yeah, it's not welcomed with both hands. It's being opposed by the people of Port Elizabeth. And yeah, I wonder, I can't actually fathom it, you know. Port Elizabeth, Keqeha, Port Elizabeth, Keqeha. It's just so odd. But maybe we'll get used to it. It's like Limpopo. We never thought we would actually call Limpopo Limpopo, and it became Limpopo, and we are used to it. So, yeah, you never know. Another trend was of the ENCA reporter, Lindsay Dudlinger, being under fire for actually allowing certain politicians to wear masks and others not, particularly telling the black politicians to wear their masks when they were about to be interviewed, but the white politicians, she didn't tell them to wear their mask, and she went under fire, and videos went viral on social media, and it's been an ongoing case. It's a very developing story, and I'll bring you an update on that one. And she apologized to say that she knows that she was portrayed as somebody who's very racist, and that was not her intention. And even the channel tried to defend her, but it looks like the country is boiling. They are not having any of that. So I'll bring you an update on that story as well. What about the guy that demolished the house that he built for him and his girlfriend on her land? Did you see that video? It was actually circulated by Jacaranda FM, where they had a fight. The couple had a fight, and then after that fight, the gentleman had apparently built a 7 million rand mansion on her land that's in her name, and shortly after that argument she broke up with him, and he was like, I'm not having any of this. So a few hours later, an excavator was seen at the mansion, already built, done, finished, and it was just messing it up. It was just bringing it down. By sunset, the video took long, and by sunset it was just a rubble there, and he left things like that. I was like, yo. But I respect him for one thing. He didn't beat her up, he didn't kill her, and he didn't do all these other funny things that we've been seeing in the news lately here in South Africa. So kudos to him for that. But it's a very sad story. I mean, for a man to build a house for his woman, or rather for them, like, it shows that how far the relationship had been, and for an argument to end the relationship, it says a lot. It says a lot. I wonder what was going on in the lady's mind, and how does she feel? Because definitely the man is enraged, he's sad, he's angry, he's even probably depressed, for all we know, because nobody wants to bring down a house that they built themselves with that much money. So yeah, a lot of emotions fed right there. Right, another trending story was of Palisa Madiba's murderer being sentenced to 31 years in prison. I'm talking about Dumisani Mkhwanazi. I'm so glad that justice was served in this case, because her body had been missing for 2 years, and unfortunately she was found, or rather her remains were found in a shallow grave in a yard, and that's when the family found closure. But I'm also happy that they found even more closure now that the culprit, or rather the murderer, is sentenced to 31 years in prison. It could have been more, but yeah, I'm happy. I hope the family is happy. I think they are happy, actually. And may her soul rest in peace on that note. And also another trend, the week ended off with Nathaniel Julie's case being postponed, or rather moved to the High Court. This was after he was killed last year by the police in El Dorado Park, and I'll bring you an update on that story as well. May his soul rest in peace. And moving on to Africa, in Nigeria, 300 girls were kidnapped by gunmen believed to be from a criminal gang, and it's really bad. It's believed that this is done for a ransom, and it's mostly done in communities in Nigeria where there's a lot of poverty and strife, and people are underprivileged. So yeah, it's a very, very long one. I was watching a documentary on it, and I was watching the news as well closely when the reporters were asking, what is it about these gunmen that makes them to pursue or continue to kidnap these boys and girls? And it's like the center of it, it's a ransom. What for? We don't really know. But I'll bring you an update on that story as it happens. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I'll be back again next week. Sharp, sharp.